Morning, Melissa. How are you?
Morning, Lesley. I am very well. The sun is shining. So yeah,
It
I just went for a
is.
walk.
Did you? You just went for a walk. I haven't had time to do that this morning. It's been busy because as I was just telling you, we're launching our new website today. So that's been an epic journey. And yeah, we're just getting all the team to check it before we tell anyone that it's there. So yeah, busy day, but it's
Yeah.
gorgeously hot. You can probably hear in the background, I've had to put the fan on because it's so hot here.
I can hear
So
the car.
can
Yeah,
you hear the
you.
fan in the background? Yeah, it's so hot. It's so hot here. But that's lovely. I'm not complaining because it's been miserable and horrible for a while now. So the reason for us to have a chat today is really to introduce you to everyone so that they know who you are, because obviously you do cook-alongs for us regularly through the year, and quite a few of the Pure members and Pure clients come to you for support with their nutrition. So can you tell us basically what you do, what your business is called and everything, first of all, so everyone knows who you are and who we're talking to?
Yeah, so my name is Melissa. I'm also known as the Delicious Nutritionist because I am a massive foodie. I believe in the power of delicious food and using that to make our health journey sustainable and enjoyable. I think like the biggest value that I have is pleasure. I think life should be pleasurable. I think it should be fun. I think it should make you feel good. And I think the connotation that people have on their health journey is that they have to sacrifice things and that it's a miserable thing. So they always postpone it. But essentially, I work with clients one-to-one and transform their health, so they can be the best version of them.
I love that. I love that it's not about purgatory. It's not about suffering. It's actually about making food work for you and have a really lovely time and a really good relationship with food.
Always, I think I was reflecting this on today. I was like, it's actually, if my tagline, one of the things I do is helping people get the healthy physique. But another way of saying that is building a good relationship with food. Because if one has a good relationship with food, that almost solves all your problems. You are going to get the healthy physique and you are going to get that kind of less disordered relationship with food. So it does come down to that too. It's almost meaning the same thing.
Yeah, it's everything is about in life is about communication, and whether that's communication with other people or communication with ourselves, and having a good conversation with ourselves about healthy conversation with ourselves about food is so important, isn't it? I know when I've been doing the cook-alongs with you, I've really re-engaged with food on a different level, and now I really enjoy cooking and thinking about food, whereas prior to that I was like, oh, what am I going to make today that I know is not going to make me fat? That's not a good way to approach it,
Really,
is
that
it?
thought process.
Yeah, the thought
Yeah.
process was, what can I eat today that isn't going to end up making me fat or feel sluggish and uncomfortable? I had a really, quite a bad relationship with food because I have quite a lot of food allergies and intolerances. So, but actually, you really liberated me with the way you approach food. And now I'm more inclined to try things. So, thank you. And I
Oh, you're welcome.
particularly love the lemon and spinach risotto.
I think that's my favorite too.
Uh,
Yeah.
I try and get that into my cooking sequence every week now, because I'm like, and I've got a bit adventurous, and I've done it with mushrooms, and I've done it with other things. I've added other ingredients in, and yeah, but I still like to gravitate back to the lemon and spinach. So yeah,
Oh, great. It's such a blank canvas risotto. You can add mushrooms, you can add meat if you want to, so many different things.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
it's a lovely recipe, and as I say, it really helped me to re-engage back with food in a positive and have a positive relationship. So thank you. The cook-alongs that everyone will be able to access in the members area and see us having a bit of fun cooking along. We're really great, and I hope we'll do some more of those, going forward. But going back, can you tell us a bit about your background, a bit about your growing up, and how you started on this journey with food?
Yeah. So I grew up, my whole family, particularly my dad, we're all very foodies. Food is kind of the heart of the house, and particularly being half Turkish as well, particularly in kind of Turkey and Mediterranean countries, people don't sit in front of the TV and eat dinner. It's all kind of like at the table, and we lay the table up nicely and we all sit down and we share. Is that kind of mezze style. So kind of grew with that up. And I knew I wanted to do something with food because I enjoy cooking. I like to taste new things. And I was always good at kind of the science-based subjects at school rather than kind of art or English. So I thought food, science, and nutrition was a good way of combining all this stuff. So I studied that at Newcastle University, 4-year degree, worked really hard. And from there, it was kind of like, okay, where do I go now? And I thought about working in the food industry, but I didn't like the amount of food waste that they have. And I just felt like I want to do something more than just, reproduce ready meals, and I love to help people. And I think that's the biggest kind of life mission I have, is to transform people's relationship with food, transform their health, and show them that there's a better way to life than calorie counting, and also with their life years. Nutrition is, I realized that with every kind of goal that you want to do, whether it's business or relationships, health always should be a priority in that, because if you don't have health, you have nothing. So that's kind of how I got into it. And I kind of went straight into kind of being that freelance nutritionist and working with clients and fine-tuning my program and getting great results. And this is where I am now. I'm like a coaching machine. I coach a lot of people now.
Yeah. So I met you while we were doing training for NLP. How does that fit in? How does NLP, neuro linguistic programming, to those of you who don't know the acronym, how does that fit into your program, your nutrition program?
It fits in a lot. To be honest, most of my program is some form of exercise of NLP. If the client wants it, of course, it's always optional. So, and I think NLP gives us so many exercises that we can use, that kind of internal food cupboard that we have, and where we put our food in our mind, and kind of changing beliefs and kind of loosening the way we see life. And that helps with building a better relationship with food, and kind of gaining awareness of, kind of, why am I binge eating on food, or why am I self-sabotaging? And kind of, the results that my client get, I think it's down to NLP as the main chunk of it. Just because, I don't think advice is that helpful. Me telling you to eat 2 handfuls of fruit a day, is that really what you need? We all know that. It's the kind of mindset behind it and the relationship with food.
Absolutely. I find NLP absolutely critical in my coaching and mentoring, because if you don't, because as you say, giving advice only comes from the place of your depth of your knowledge, whereas NLP allows the client to access everything within themselves and all the resources within themselves to find the answer for themselves. And that's so much more empowering, isn't it? When you find the answer for yourself, as opposed to feeling like you're being told what to do. Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
You also alluded to, when you were chatting about your dad being a very big influence. Have there been other big influences on you in this journey?
So I would say actually my kind of friends as I grew up. So I went to an all-girls school, and one of my good friends didn't have a good relationship with food. And I remember being really upset when she, used to miss meals at school. And that was, and there's nothing more that I wanted to do to help her. And I think that kind of really showed how much I care for people and how much I want to show them the better way of life. So I think that did influence me, because I hated how, how upset she was, and how it's almost like that self-worth I think that comes into it as well. How, you know, a lot of this comes down to kind of attaching a weight to improving your self-worth. So kind of working on that so it's not attached to a weight. So yeah, I would say when I grew up,
sorry about the dog. Sorry about Teddy. Teddy's just heard a car come in. Ted, come here. You're okay. He's guarding us while we're doing our podcast. So attaching, and I agree, attaching self-worth and self-care is really, really important, isn't it? Come here. Yeah. Self-care is really important, and self-care within everything. And so do you think that's quite a big motivator for you, seeing how people can self-harm effectively with food?
Yeah, people do self-harm with food. I think people mask pain with food. I think we all do that to comfort eat, you know. And the best results to transform your health is to think about all the components that affect. So it is your beliefs, it is your self-worth, it is also your sleep and your quality of sleep, because that impacts your hormones and whether you're hungry. It is your mindset, which is about feeling good. And what else? Nutrition and exercise, you know, all these things, and confidence kind of influence our health. And I kind of work with people on all these areas. So by the end of the 12 weeks, they are just feeling like a whole new person.
Yeah. So you generally run a 12-week program, do you? So it's generally a 12-week program.
Yeah, I think 12. Yeah, I mean, obviously you can work with me less, but it's almost like I like to do the finished product. You know, I don't like just doing a one-off 1 hour session. Unless that's all they need, because some people just want the nutrition facts. But in general, I like to like transform, you know, their inner and outer thing, you know.
Yeah.
Rather than just you can't do much in a one-off, really, you know, lifelong change anyway.
Yes, no, because it is changing the whole mindset. As you say, this relationship you have to change the whole habit backgrounds with the person as well. Otherwise, it won't be a lasting change, as you say. And that would be so disappointing, wouldn't it? If you just started to see the benefits, but it hasn't deeply ingrained. Yeah, so 12 weeks. Yeah, I agree. Sometimes, you know, it can go on for longer than that, can't it? It can be a longer journey for some people. It's quite personal. So what kind of things do your clients generally, is there one thing that they often come to you with?
I would say it's, relationship with food. You know, they don't want a calorie count. They don't want to have that kind of black and white mindset. They want a better relationship with food. And also they want to lose a bit of weight. They want to get that healthy physique. But I think the main thing that they want is they want to be free. They want to have a good relationship with food, and they're sick of, you know, all those fad diets out there.
Yeah, because someone said to me the other day, oh, have you tried this intermittent fasting? And I was like, please don't talk to me about fad diets. I just want I want some, you know, to just have food to support my well-being and just be happy. And, you know, constantly thinking, oh, I shouldn't eat for 12 hours, or I should only eat these foods in the morning or those foods. It's just exhausting, and it's not sustainable, is it?
It's not sustainable. And the thing is that because we have to eat every day, you know, it's like kind of like 3 times in snacks. So it is a big proportion of our day. And if you don't get it right, you can see how it consumes your mindset, you know, because you have to deal with it on a daily basis. So yeah, you do have to come up with something that works for you and is sustainable.
Yeah, sustainable eating. And you mentioned sustainability. You know, there's a lot of sustainability conversation around food, isn't there? Because there's a lot of food waste.
Yeah, from that angle too. Yeah, food waste and, you know, eating. And I think this is where meal planning and prepping is really essential, rather than just going to shops and just buying loads of things. Kind of thinking about the end result first, then working your way back. And thinking, okay, like if I'm planning on making risotto, what day and time actually am I going to do it, rather than just saying you will plan to do it this week, because you know, things come up sometimes, or you're not in the mood for it, or you're tired, and then that just goes in the bin.
Yeah, I often make risotto on a Monday because we this is hilarious, because we often have chicken on a Sunday, and so I will make the stock for the risotto from the chicken bones and everything on a Sunday, and it could be a Monday or a Tuesday, but I will make the stock from what the chicken bones and everything on a Sunday, and any vegetables that are left over, what have you. And then I've got that stock, so I can know I'll make my risotto on like a Monday or a Tuesday, and it's just become a bit of a habit that that's what I do. And I feel good about using up the bones as well. And bone broth is good for you, isn't it? Bone broth is a good thing.
Yeah, it's good for our gut health. You know, people say, yeah, you know, when the protein's in there. I personally haven't drank bone broth. I just use it as like a stock, I guess. But yeah, maybe it's something I should try.
I just use it as a stock as well. I mean, I'm generally vegan, but as I say, the family often have chicken on a Sunday, and so I will have the stock made from those bones. I will have it then, and that helps. So seasonally, because at the moment we were just saying it's really hot. What are the things that we should be thinking about when the weather is really hot, and you know, what do we need more of when it's really hot, and what do we need more of when it's really cold?
I think it's just following your cravings as well. I mean, obviously buy locally, buy what's in season now, and there's loads of information online where you can find that information from. So what do we need when we're really hot? Well, we definitely need to hydrate. We tend to crave like salads and lighter things. I don't know why people's appetite goes when it's really hot. Probably because like we might be feeling a bit lethargic. So make sure you're hydrating. You know, come up with colder options, like salads and stuff. I made a really nice pasta salad, you know, with like a homemade pesto. That's quite nice protein. You can make your own ice lollies with like, I don't know, I can't remember what I did last time. I think it was like pureed mango. I don't know, maybe you could use like coconut water, or like add some plant-based milk in there or something, and make your own healthy ice lollies.
That sounds lovely. See, I wouldn't have even dreamed of thinking about that, but yeah, pureed mango and some coconut milk could make the most amazing ice lolly, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Coconut milk, yeah, mango, and then a bit of maple syrup if you want, sweeter. And yeah, it doesn't go off, it's frozen. And you've got ice lollies then, and you kind of have one of your 5 days.
I'm gonna go and make those in a minute. I might need to find some molds.
Yeah, that's it. We need, yeah, molds.
Yeah, so we need to have more fluids, don't we? More fluids, and thinking about things that are more fluid based in the summertime. Is there a particular vitamin that we need more of in the summer that we don't access generally, do you think? Is there?
For the general population, I mean, you know, vitamin D is a winter thing. But in summer, I mean, I guess if you're locked inside and you're not getting much sun, maybe you should carry on taking vitamin D. But a summer vitamin, I mean, I don't really recommend a certain vitamin just because of summer. I recommend taking probiotics for gut health, you know, even kind of Yakult or Biomel, or I've also got like a fermented food supplement for my gut health. But this isn't really that essential unless you're on antibiotics.
Yes. So yeah, you just mentioned
thing,
but you just mentioned fermented foods there, so like sauerkraut and things like that.
Kimchi, kefir, yogurt. These are all good things for our gut health.
Yeah, gut health is very important, isn't it? Because it helps our actual brain to function better, doesn't it? When our gut health is good. Brilliant. So we're all doing, as long as we drink lots of water and think about eating fresh seasonal food, then we should all be doing quite well and not get caught up in faddy diets.
It is very simple. Yeah, it does come to it. The core of it is about mastering the basics, and they are quite simple. It's just that not many people do them, you know.
Yeah, we're a lazy lot, aren't we?
I think we're confused, and I think we just don't prioritize it. You know, we think we know it all, and we actually don't do it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Other things get in the way, like websites and walking the dog, and and then you come back and then you're just hungry or tired, and you just grab whatever's in front of you, and that's just not a very good thing to do, is it? So as you say, planning is really important, like meal planning. That's something that you advocate, isn't it? Meal planning.
Yeah, I think it just takes like 1 hour on a Sunday, and just to think about, okay, what are my dinners for this week? The dinners can then be leftovers for lunch the next day, so that's my lunch sorted. And what is my one homemade snack I'm going to make a big batch of and have that for the rest of the week? And it can be quite simple. And then you've also got the freezer as well. So for those days where something happened that's unexpected, or you're feeling tired, then you've got a meal in the freezer, or a soup or something, you know. So actually it's quite simple. It's kind of like, what we're having for dinners, that's for lunch, and then what's the one homemade snack I'm going to do that's like an energy ball that lasts like all the 7 days, or like, I don't know, healthy biscuit or flapjack or something, and then that's your snack then.
The banana breakfast biscuits we made were incredible.
You really like them. Yeah.
I really liked
the monster cookies.
The monster cookies were great, and you can like adapt the ingredients in those, can't you, to suit your own personal taste as well. I tell you what I've been snacking on. I've been snacking on apple slices with peanut butter.
Oh, nice.
Is that good? Is that good? Do I get the Melissa tick?
Really, really good.
Okay, good. Yay.
Yeah, textbook.
Yes, I did it. I thought, I know you love and it's whole food peanut butter, so it's not, you know, got anything in it apart from peanuts, the whole food one, and slices of apples. Oh, it's really refreshing. And it's quite easy to do. It
nice,
feels quite indulgent. Apple. I was thinking I could maybe freeze the apple slices. That would be another good thing. Try that.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you could just like stew them.
Yeah.
Apple sauce, that could be like a compote or something for your porridge, or
apples are
apple crumble.
Apples are very good for you, aren't they? They've got lots of things in there that are very good for you. So yeah. As my mum used to say, an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Yeah, it's good saying that. It'll keep the doctor away.
An apple a day keeps the doctor away. I remember that when I was a child. Well, thank you so much, Melissa. It's really been really interesting. And if people want to contact you, how do they get in contact with you? Apart from obviously all around this recording, there's going to be links, but if they're just listening.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, Instagram, The Delicious Nutritionist, you can just drop me a message on there. Or my email is info@thedeliciousnutritionist.com.
Brilliant.
So yeah, those are the 2 top points.
Yeah. But all Melissa's links will be all around this recording, and you'll be able to go and hopefully watch some of our cook-alongs, and you can have a laugh at me making a complete mess of it. But we get there in the end. If I can do it, anyone can do it. Thank you. We did have fun. Yeah, we did have a lot of fun, and we'll have a lot of fun again, because hopefully you'll come back and do some more with us in September and October, and we'll do some because we did spring recipes. We'll do some winter recipes, hopefully.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for having me, and
You're
hello to
welcome.
everyone who's watching. And
Yeah. Thank you so much, Melissa.